AFPO Press Statement in support of U.S. House. Res. 937. AFPO urges swift consideration and passage of House Resolution 937 by the House Committee on Foreign Affairs and the full Congress. December 17, 2025. Though long overdue, we commend Congressman Earl L. Buddy Carter, RGA, for introducing H.Res. 937 in the 119th Congress, a resolution which condemns the genocidal government of Ethiopia for its persistent actions which violate fundamental human rights, threaten regional stability and undermine U.S. strategic interests in the Horn of Africa. As the largest nation in the Horn of Africa by all measures, Ethiopia is an indispensable partner in promoting peace and security in a critical region. However, the ongoing war in the Amhara region, triggered by state-sponsored mass killings and displacements of Amharas on the basis of their ethnicity, along with persistent violence in Oromia, Afar, Tigray, Ogaden, and other areas, have exacerbated ethnic and religious tensions, fueled famine, and created dangerous instability. Credible reports from international organizations based in the U.S. and Europe document gross human rights violations, including war crimes, crimes against humanity, and acts of genocide perpetrated by forces aligned with the Ethiopian government, which has openly embraced identity politics and has constitutionally mandated ethnicity as the basis of the country's federal system, despite the advice of the totality of the international community, including the U.S., not to do so. At the root of the region's crises lies identity politics, including that of religion. Al-Shabaab did not appear out of a vacuum. In this regional milieu centered around identity politics and anchored on the Ethiopian regime, particularly alarming is the targeted persecution of the Ethiopian Orthodox Church and other religious institutions through violence, intimidation, and destruction, eroding religious freedom and civil society, which are all detailed in the resolution. This prolonged crisis induced by Ethiopia's state-sponsored identity politics risks creating power vacuums, exploitable by terrorist networks and adversaries hostile to the region and American interests. U.S. taxpayer resources must not support regimes engaged in hate-fueled identity politics and systemic rights abuses. H.Res. 937 rightly calls for accountability, including the use of diplomatic and economic tools such as global Magnitsky sanctions, restrictions on foreign assistance, and support for independent investigations into atrocities. We urge swift consideration and passage of this resolution by the House Committee on Foreign Affairs and the full Congress. Amhara Fano People's Organization. December 17, 2025.